Hello everybody, Robert Rambles here, and welcome to a game called XCOM Chimera Squad. Now, this is not an expansion to XCOM 2. This is not a mod. This is actually a standalone XCOM game that was just released on the 24th, and it kind of came out of nowhere. I don't know if they announced it very much in advance, and if they did, I didn't hear anything about it. But here it is. It's out now. It didn't seem to go through an early access cycle or anything like that, so that's amazing. And I've played about 3 hours so far just to familiarize myself with the controls and whatnot. A little bit about me, I've played about 300 hours of XCOM 2, completed a few campaigns on Commander mode. So it's one of my favorite games, and I haven't had a chance to play it on the channel, but I'm going to jump into XCOM with this new Chimera Squad, so I hope you guys are interested. We're going to get right into it. We'll look at some options here. I'm going to play on Expert. I'm tempted to play on Impossible. I think that we could do it. I just think there might be more restarts on the levels than probably would be enjoyable for a Let's Play. So we're going to stick on Expert. Things work a little bit differently in Chimera Squad, so we don't have soldiers that we can fully customize. Every soldier is going to be part of the overall story. That said, we're going to have options as to who is in our squad at all times. Hardcore, I really wouldn't recommend. Failing any mission results in a total campaign loss, and that's because our soldiers can't die. If a soldier actually bleeds out and dies, we have to restart that mission, because they're all story essential and they have to stay alive. We're going to leave the tutorial on because I want you guys to see some of that stuff. And as far as titles, those are going to stay on. We're going to leave this at half heal between encounters, which is what Expert sets us to.
Two minutes out.
Hey, Godmother. Is this like the old days? XCOM swooping in and taking it to the bad guys?
I wouldn't know. I spent most of the war training resistance networks.
Like mine. And for your many, long years of service.
Watch it.
XCOM attaches you to an untested squad and pushes it into the field before it's ready. How is this not like the old days?
I'm just happy to be here. I missed out during the war. Wish I could have pulled my weight.
For which side, exactly?
I find that very hurtful.
Sure thing, Advent.
We are through the checkpoint.
I was never actually Advent.
But they were fitting you for a blocky helmet.
Stow it, both of you. We're here. 3-1 PD gave us the all clear. Grab your gear and prepare to move in.
Alright, so as you can see, Chimera Squad is made up of both humans and non-humans. Chimera means basically a being with two different kinds of DNA.
Status.
And what's Verge's ETA?
Comms are working, obviously. Verge is en route.
How? Verge can't drive.
He hailed a cab.
To a hostage situation?
Focus. Whisper, any surprises in the next room?
A handful of hostiles, unaware of your approach.
Chimera Squad, take positions. Prep for breach.
Okay, so something very different from other XCOM games is we have this first initial breach mode, breaching. Chimera Squad begins every mission by setting up at breach points to get the jump on enemies. Preview the enemy presence at each breach point with modifiers that will be applied, then assign agents to the available slots to determine the order they'll enter the fight. So they're going to go through this door. We only have one breach point here. On other maps we might have multiple entries to the next room. Whoever goes in first is going to go in first. We have little things here. Pinpoint. Successful shots on enemy will crit. We could have negative effects as well, which you'll see on some of these. Successful shots will crit. Our biggest hitter is going to be Godmother with her shotgun. So we're going to put her in first. Cherub has a... Cherub, however you want to say it, has a shield. He's going in next. And then Terminal is kind of like our medic right now. So that's the basic breach. Let's set up and go in.
Breach, breach, breach!
Breach targeting. Cycle through available targets with tab and left shift, then use the selected ability. So we have an opportunity when we breach to take some shots, and later we'll have abilities that we can do during breach as well. Right now, let's just go with the obvious shots, 100%. Cherub's up next. 2 for 2. Can we get this third guy with Terminal? And then
I am Mayor Nightingale.
Is that our hostage?
Welcome to City 31's Memorial Museum.
It's just a recording.
As I often say, the lessons from our past inform the present.
Blah, blah, blah. History.
Focus.
Alright, and then we have the other huge difference in combat from XCOM and XCOM 2, the timeline. Agents and enemies can take their turns one at a time. Their current place in the turn order can be seen on the unit flag above their head and next to their portrait on the timeline. You can see this guy is second up. Agents have 2 action points each turn to use for movement, shooting, or abilities. Look for a blue shield to move into cover for defensive bonuses before shooting, or move out to flank the enemy for a better chance to hit. So yeah, as opposed to moving your whole squad, and then them moving their whole squad, and then you moving your whole squad, we have a turn order, and we can affect this turn order in different ways with different abilities that we'll see later. But right now, we're just going to focus on the turn order. So this guy's going to shoot twice. So ideally, or not twice, but second, ideally we could put Godmother here. Now you might think this is really risky because we've opened ourselves up for a flank from this guy, but we're going to take out him. We're then going to rush Cherub in to hopefully at least be a distraction even if he can't fully take this guy out. 65, I'm going to cross my fingers here. I thought this would be more of a flank shot. We got it anyway. Alright, now Cherub, we might not be able to get him in there all the way. We have a decent shot from over here, though, that might be flanking.
I'm going.
Let's see if we can get him. 81% is pretty good. Ah, not enough damage. Let's see what he does. Yeah, that was pretty smart. We didn't take too much damage from that. Let's scoot her over here.
You see this?
Huh. Interesting.
Contact!
Clear.
Verge? What took you so long?
Had to unpack a breaching charge.
Good man.
Not exactly.
You know what I mean.
I always do.
So creepy. Don't ever change.
Verge, form up. Any hostiles in the next room?
Yes, I can feel them.
I love the half-body character portraits. I think the voice acting is amazing. I love the banter between the characters. And here's our next breach point. So in one mission, we could have several rooms and several breaches that we have to work through. But not all missions are going to be that long. So multiple breach points in turn order. Some encounters offer more than one breach point with different risks and benefits. Consider whether to split the squad or send them all into the same location. Agents entering from the same breach point will enter the encounter together and be closer in the timeline. The order of the breach points entered is shown next to the name and can be changed. Oh, so if we wanted... Well, it says it can be changed. Oh, okay. So if we wanted them to go through the side door first, we could flip this from 1 to 2. Right now, whoever goes through here is going to go in first. Enemies deal +1 damage during the breach. I don't really care for that. Let's set this to 1. Let's send Godmother and Verge through here. Let's send Cherub with his shield and Terminal into the other door. And these two are going to go in first.
Breaching!
Breaching in.
Well, it showed that they were going in first. Oh, maybe it means they get to fire first or act first. What's down here? A couple of guys. Let's take our shot up here. That clears the balcony at least. We've got an 88% chance over here. That's pretty good. Good enough. I think this guy is going to shoot. That's what this indicates, that he's overwatching. Can we take him out? Yes, we can. Guy back there we're not going to be able to hit. Ooh, that armor. Okay, what's this? Agent abilities. Each agent has a unique ability that they can use every turn, eventually gaining more abilities from their class and equipment. Most agents also have the Subdue ability, a non-lethal attack that is low damage but guaranteed to hit. Use it to earn additional rewards and for certain mission objectives. Cherub uses Charged Bash ability instead of Subdue. So we want to be taking in as many of these guys alive as we can, and that means using our non-lethal Subdue abilities when they get low on health. Typically these can take out 2 health I've seen so far. However, for this guy back here who is, you know, in full cover, I'm gonna run back here.
Never stop moving.
And I'm gonna take this guy out if I can. But we missed because we're not quite clear of the wall, I guess. It's very unusual.
Engaging target.
Now we're taking some heat. I wonder if I can get him all the way over here, if he can actually hit this guy. We can't hit him. I could put him into a stupor. That should skip his turn. See, he's stunned. Gets him out of the turn order. Well, okay, so he doesn't get to not act, he just gets confused. At least he missed. Alright, let's get Cherub in here, and let's see if we can do his shield
Found a better
bash.
position.
Alright, let's take this guy out.
I made the arrest.
He's just getting pounded. We're gonna go ahead and send a heal in. First, we're gonna find a little bit of cover.
Moving. Cover me.
Keep to cover.
Need a little help?
Yeah, I'd say he does. That's gonna heal 4. I think for her, we're just gonna bring her into the cover down here and blow this guy away. Pretty easy, but it's the tutorial rooms, so it's not expected to be very challenging. It will get a lot harder.
Set up the breaching charge.
I do like to make an entrance.
Alright, some breach points can only be accessed with special equipment or abilities. Once an agent with the required asset is in the first slot, other agents can be assigned. So somebody needs to have a charge, a detonator charge, in order to breach this point. And, well, Cherub is available. Let's send Godmother in next. After that, we'll send in Verge, and lastly, we'll send in Terminal.
Wait, hold. Hostage confirmed in the next room.
We need more than that.
3-1 PD has a live feed. Patching through.
If you surrender, I will advocate leniency.
Enough. This exhibit, it is about XCOM's role in our liberation.
I see you read the placard.
It doesn't say how they went soft and got weak. Now, it's up to us to light the spark.
He's holding a detonator.
Go, now!
At least it's not a
Making a
thermal
path.
detonator. So there are a lot of human elements in the city that don't like that there are hybrids, that there are aliens still around. Some people think that XCOM's job was to wipe out all the aliens, but it wasn't. It was to stop the Advent Coalition and the Elders. Some of the people who have alien DNA are, you know, just people. Like, we met an entire faction of them who were free of Advent control, so... Only 3, that's not great. Let's use her for something more useful. Yeah, her shotgun is powerful. It's bound to do 4. I guess we can finish that guy off. Do we have any other decent shots here with her? No, I'm gonna rush cover with her. She doesn't have any good shots. That didn't really put her into a great
You're
spot.
Nightingale. I'll protect you.
Yeah. Depending on the turn order here, we're already just immediately flanked. Holy
Shuttle down.
shit.
Terminal, stabilize him.
That
On it.
had to be
With me. Protect the
plot.
bear.
That had to be plot oriented. It went through all of his health. We've never seen him hit like that. Yeah. That was tutorialized. I remember that. Agents that lose all their HP will begin bleeding out over several turns, indicated by the number in the timer. The mission will fail unless all agents bleeding out are saved with stabilizability or the encounter is completed. So yeah, we can't let any of our guys die. It's entirely essential that we can move in to stabilize them. Which we'll go ahead and do that now. And she can still shoot, so that's pretty amazing. Oh, come on with these 61% shots. Not a lot of good cover here. We could go right up to this guy. I don't know if that's a very good idea or not, but how are these guys still in like such good cover is what I don't really understand. Am I not like kind of flanking all these guys?
Moving out.
Yeah, the cover is difficult for me to wrap my head around sometimes.
Engaged.
As far as how it affects our percentages to hit. Yeah, that's stupid. Let's just see what happens. Does he have Overwatch on or something? Probably. No, he doesn't give a shit. Can we hit this guy now? Not for enough damage. We grazed him from right in his face. It's actually really embarrassing. Well, this could be a squad wipe. We'll see if anybody lives through this. She's not gonna live. That's our VIP that he's messing with. Cherub's about to take some major heat again. Oh no, he went for terminal and missed. Well, good thing they have stormtrooper aim. I guess we could like subdue this guy, get some guaranteed damage.
Arrested the target.
All these guys are just becoming pains in the asses to deal with. I'm not really... Let's get back over here. We'll take a shot at this hardliner. That was a nice crit, but he had that armor up, so... Something else I've noticed is that you spend a lot more time standing out in the open than you would probably ever do in any other XCOM game. I might need to throw some heals around in a minute, but I need to get at least one of these guys down because we're going to have reinforcements, I think. Oh my god.
Target acquired.
Yeah, this is not good. It's not. I'm glad that he's missing. That's essential right now. He overwatched. Can we get rid of this guy? I don't even want to subdue him. I just want him dead at this point. And then this guy right here. They all think that they're in cover. That's fine. Who's gonna go next? Oh, I can't even. I'm not even in position to subdue this other guy.
Moving quickly. Your mind falls away.
See if we can stop him from doing anything deadly for a turn. Okay, he decided to stay stunned. That's excellent for us. Can I get a flank shot on anybody? Yes.
No ammo.
Oh, you do have low ammo. In case there's another room, you actually need to reload.
Reloaded.
And you can't shoot and reload, but you can do scatter shot. But you're not in a position to do scatter shot, so how about you just overwatch?
Knocking down hostiles.
And Verge, you could probably take this guy out. There you go, buddy. Excellent.
Mayor Nightingale, are you alright?
It looks worse than it is.
Those medikits are really something.
I bet.
Compliment accepted.
What about Cherub?
Yeah, I think so. Only thing injured is my pride.
Yeah, that must have been
And
a
your
plot
diaphragm.
kill
And a few ribs.
if they're talking about it.
Should have happened.
Most people say thank you.
I'm grateful, of course. But these people don't have the capability for any of this.
Explain.
I read their threat assessment. A month ago, these insurgents were all talk and no capability. The greatest threat they posed was to bottles of alcohol.
Why tell us? Why now?
City 31 shows the world how humans, hybrids, and aliens can keep a lasting peace. I'm the public face of this. Tonight, someone wanted what I represent to go up in flames.
We're not in town for local intrigue.
I know, but right now you're the only ones I'm certain are fighting for that same peace. Can I count on your support?
Yes, ma'am.
Alright, and there you have it. First mission of XCOM Chimera Squad down. I'm feeling really excited. Yeah, I love basically everything about the game, from the art. I love the flow of combat. I like the turn order better, I think, than the squad combats of the original XCOM and XCOM 2. We're all wounded a little bit. Cherub is gravely wounded. We rescued a civilian. We captured 2 enemies, but we killed 15. We probably got to get our... There's a chance to get intel, so we got to subdue more people.
Package delivered to 31 PD.
She truly believes what she says.
That's why she's in charge.
Not too shabby for our first official mission.
Don't do that.
Don't do what?
Celebrate before a mission is complete. It's...
Ooh,
It's bad luck.
it sure is. So that was the mayor in that ambulance just incinerated. So we saved her, and then she got blown up.
Tonight, Mayor Nightingale perished in an explosion at City 31's Memorial Museum. The identity of her assailants is unknown at this time. The City Council asks citizens to remain...
So she gets vaporized the same day XCOM sends Chimera Squad to our city? You hear that voice in your head? That's me telling you to wake up!
Despite opposition, Mayor Nightingale's deciding vote brought the Reclamation Agency to the city. Without her support, Chimera Squad's continued presence is an open question.
And now we have to earn our
Welcome
keep in
home,
the city.
Chimera Squad. The director wants to speak with us.
Thanks for getting the mayor killed. Also, you're fired.
That's not helpful.
You're right. I'm sorry.
But it's
I'll
funny.
patch the call through when you're ready.
I followed your action at the museum and its aftermath.
Director Kelly, I take full responsibility for what happened.
Stop. I sent you to City 31 because I believed you were ready. Tonight, you surpassed my expectations. 31 PD requested help within 3 hours of your arrival in the city. You answered immediately. Going in, you were under-equipped and down an agent. You adapted, as we trained you to do. And let's not forget, you rescued the mayor. You delivered her to safety as the city requested. Don't blame yourself for an outcome you couldn't control.
Fair enough, I like her.
Instead, let's focus on
I like
what's
her a lot.
next.
She seems to have a good head
Set
on
up
her
the map
shoulders.
table. Ready when you are.
Alright.
Head over there. I'll hold.
Alright, our map table. It's a critical target waiting on the city map.
Welcome to City 31. During Advent's occupation, the city was a fortress supporting an active starport. 5 years after XCOM won the war, it's home to aliens, hybrids, and humans alike. There's new industry, self-government, and local agriculture to support the varied populations. Against all odds, this city thrived after the war. There were no retributive attacks.
Until tonight.
We don't know that, not yet, but we can find out. 31 PD requested our help sifting through evidence at the Memorial Museum. They lost good officers today. Give them what they need and see what we can learn.
Alright. Yeah, sure. Okay, so the map is where we see the status of City 2031 and any current targets we can send our squad to respond to. Chimera Squad can respond to 1 target per day, after which the day automatically advances. And so, you know, the tutorial is introducing us to every part of this slowly, but it's also giving us a lot of story and a lot of background on the plot. I wouldn't advise anyone skip the tutorial, even if, like, you've put thousands of hours into XCOM and you know everything about turn-based RPGs. Don't do it. I mean, especially for me, the story and the characters are a huge part of what makes XCOM great, so that's why we're going through the tutorial. We need to go to check out this Memorial Museum Aftermath. I don't think this is going to be a battle, I think it's just an event. 31 PD needs help pouring through the aftermath of tonight's attack. Mayor Nightingale's death has the city on edge. Let's do what we can to help. Let's send the APC. We've done what we can to aid 31 PD. Commissioner Maloof passed along her thanks for helping her officers bear the weight of this attack. So yeah, we went out, we helped.
31 PD.
31 PD. I like 31 PD.
A crude plasma bomb killed the mayor. The insurgents had no access to materials for that.
Does that mean they had outside help?
Most likely. There are 3 groups in City 31 with access to this kind of...
She said 31. She said City 31, but she's not saying 31 PD. Okay, we get to choose a faction to investigate first, an enemy faction. Now, it can't be changed until it's resolved. Eventually, I believe we're going to go up against each of these factions. I've played against Grey Phoenix for about 3 hours. I've been watching a playthrough against the Sacred Coil, so I'm going to start with the Progeny because I haven't seen any of them. I don't know what their enemy types are going to be like. So part of knowing what the enemy types are going to be like is you can kind of, not cheat, but you can customize your squad. Let's say you go with Sacred Coil. You could grab someone that you know is going to be strong against mechanics, and knowing that these guys have a lot of robotic units. It's not cheating, but, you know, if you search it beforehand, it kind of is. We're going to go with the Progeny. A loose network of human scions. Their vision for City 31's future is entirely psionic, whether the city wants it or not. Now, Grey Phoenix is an organization of alien scavengers. They have quietly amassed the kind of weaponry Reclamation is mandated to recover. And Sacred Coil, an underground religious movement for hybrids. They preach salvation, but only to those who once fought XCOM. We're going to go with the Progeny.
Progeny have a small but loyal human membership, all with psionic capability. Victims willingly hand over what the Progeny need, and forget the whole thing. The perfect crime.
That does seem perfect.
Director, these are local criminals. Isn't that 31 PD's jurisdiction?
True. The Reclamation Agency supports local police, but we're also required to recover dangerous material.
From those who would do the world harm, and each of those groups is neck deep in the stuff. So what next?
Focus on a single group. Investigate, dismantle their operations, and take them down.
Meanwhile, we look for any links to the mayor's death. Either way, a dangerous organization is off the streets.
Exactly. The city wants justice for Mayor Nightingale. This is how we help them achieve it.
Awesome. I just love it. Okay, tackling investigations. Every investigation has 3 stages. Groundwork. From the first mission, learn about the faction and their methods, operations, hidden missions that must be revealed, then completed to knock out the faction's main plans. Takedown. Stop their final attack and end their threat to City 31. So what we know so far, we have an active operation. We're investigating the Progeny. We don't know a lot. We just investigated, started the investigation on March 2nd. And we don't know anything about their leader or the dark events that might come about. So right now we know basically nothing. Visit the assembly area.
Check it out. Headquarters sent us an assembly. And with the right patterns, we can build it.
It's like a giant high-tech 3D printer.
We could with the latest version. What you're looking at is the extremely finicky 2038 model. It'll take time to stress test our patterns, but once we have them, we're good to go.
Alright, okay, so the assembly projects are how you get access to newer, better items and equipment, so it's like research. Each project can unlock new items for XCOM supply, new weapons or armor upgrades, or a variety of other useful things. Agents assigned here decrease the time it takes to complete projects, so we can staff our extra people. We can only bring 4 out on a mission right now, but we're going to have others. We can staff them here to speed up research. Illyrium is one of the 3 resources Reclamation requires. It is spent to complete projects in the assembly. So right now we have Illyrium and credits. Start an assembly project. I don't think we have any choice except to start the android personnel. Construct the android OPS hub. This network allows us to use androids on tactical missions and enables new assembly projects. It'll give us 1 android. So the androids can be used to swap out for a place of squad members if you have people training or just out doing other things. You need to fill a slot to have a full squad. You can't go in short-handed. You can fill that slot with an android. So we're going to start that. If we head down to the armory, this is where our dudes hang out. The armory is where you manage your agents. Load out, manage weapons, armor, and other items, agent abilities, unlock new abilities by promoting agents that have earned enough XP, agent biographies, and tint armor.
The director convinced the city council we're too understaffed to be effective. This means we can bring more agents to City 31. It's not the whole squad, not yet, but it's something.
Alright, so we can pick an agent to join our squad, and they're all a little bit different. We can see that they have different roles. So Claymore here, his role is explosives, AoE, breaching. There's never a red wire. I am lucky if there are even wires. We have Patchwork, utility electronics disruption. So she has chaining jolt, hack door, and combat scanners. Then we have Axiom, high damage cover destruction. Surrender or don't. I'm fine with it with either. Are you? Smash. Agent charges to a target and smashes down with both fists. Chances to disorient stun. I think like the ability to have a mutant in our squad over more humans is just too appealing. We have rage. Higher rage raises the chance of applying disabling effects with melee attacks, but also increases the risk of going berserk. Battering ram. Burst through a door breach point with a chance to panic nearby enemies. I think we're gonna go with this guy. Axiom. He might be our new tank. Let's see.
Whisper, there's a problem.
Axiom, welcome. What's wrong?
I noticed someone took the biggest locker.
Yep, that was me. I knew you'd get here eventually and grab it so no one else would. Don't worry, I'll move my stuff.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Probably a good idea.
I already did.
Oh.
Violently.
Shit.
Didn't you see the note?
Yeah, afterward. I'll replace what I can.
He seems calm enough, except when something pisses him off, right? Didn't even see the note we left. We could tint their armor. Like, I don't know. Oh, look at that. It's like turns purple. You select yellow and we get yellow and purple. Let's go with a nice rust red. We'll color you in some blue. Alright, there we go. They do have bios. We'll check out their bios at the end of the episode. So if you're not into that kind of thing, I'm not going to do it now. And if you are into the backstories of the characters, we will be checking that out. For now, let's go ahead and see what else is going on. We have a critical mission. Credits are one of the 3 resources Reclamation requires. They are spent and supplied to both buy new items and upgrade existing ones. We have Investigate the Prodigy. Easy. Whisper here. I'll keep you updated on any activities requiring our attention. Speaking of which, an entire Progeny front company just opened fire on 31 PD. We should check that out, right? Yeah, if people are just opening up fire, we should definitely check that out. One or more agent is idle. Is there something I could have them do right now? That I'm not sure. I don't think I can train them yet.
Our temporary field office has all the basics. Weapons, comms, and ammunition. Supply is where we request everything else. As long as it's in the squad's budget, it's ours.
So this is where we buy stuff. When we research things, they will become available here. Let's see what we have. A breaching charge, ceasefire grenades, disables all firearms in a large radius. That could be amazing. A flashbang, disorients hostile units. Smoke grenade, boosts the defense of all units affected. Tracer rounds, granting +5 aim to an agent when equipped. That could be essential for anyone with shit aim. And then tranquilizer rounds, this will knock them out. We're probably wanting to use these as much as we can. Like I said, there's a bonus to capturing people alive. I kind of want to just save our money though for buying cooler stuff like our armor and weapon upgrades that we're going to need. Agent's idle, like I don't really have... Oh, you know what I could do with him? I could put him in here to speed up. But I think I want to switch some stuff around. I think I want him in our group, so let's go ahead and go back to the armory, or where would I... Okay, here we go. let's take out Axiom and we'll pull Cherub out since they're both kind of tanky, I believe. And then let's go ahead and put Cherub in here to speed up the progress on the android personnel. And then we could go ahead and check out this mission.
Hostile forces need leadership to function. If authorized by the director, you may need to neutralize a hostile leader. Subduing your target is always preferred. Enemy leadership, if captured, provides valuable intel.
I think we need at least one breach item. Somebody's got to have one, right? Let's give it to Axiom. We don't have anything else we can equip right now, so we're just going to be going in basically like this.
PD asked to speak with this company's owner about his connections to the progeny. That's when his staff pulled weapons, and the police barely made it out.
I've read about human workplace violence. Shameful behavior.
Yeah, it definitely is. Alright, we have 3 different ways to breach here. The side window, all units entering get plus 25 to defense for a round. That sounds great. Last unit through this entrance automatically activates Overwatch after their breach. Also amazing. Fleet-footed, all units entering here get... This is really good. Who could benefit from the defense? Probably someone already tanky. We can run him in. He'll be even tankier than ever. Let's see. Last unit through is going to get an Overwatch. All units get mobility. Let's actually... Let's just do something like this and see what happens.
Keep behind me.
We shall move in.
Alright, what do we got? 188 and 68. We might as well just take down the guy right in front of us. Just kind of shocked. The Alkalite is more like psionics, right? And yeah, let's finish him off.
I'll shoot anything that moves.
Once permission, an agent can be moved on the timeline so that they can take their next turn. This ability is shared by the entire squad. Preparation grants a defensive bonus and moves an agent's next turn earlier in the timeline. Use this when an agent is caught in a dangerous situation or to coordinate tactics. So yeah, we have a couple of different ways. What I want to do right away is we'll team up on Godmother to put her ahead of this guy. That's going to move her up in the priority turn order. It doesn't take him an action point to do that either. It's free, so... Can we just, like, run in here and smash the shit out of this guy?
Hello, neighbor.
We missed! Typical miss on for a Muton. That's devastating, but also just pretty funny.
Moving.
It's okay. Godmother took him out. Are we missing anybody that we don't see? I don't see any other enemies here except this guy.
Headed worm needed.
Nice critical terminal. Alright, we took no damage there. Pretty successful breach, if you ask me.
Those hybrids moved in unison, part of a larger whole, like Advent soldiers.
Well, good thing we all fought Advent. Except those of us who were Advent.
I always thought of myself as Space Invader, not Advent Stew.
Wow, that's awesome. Let's see here. Reflex boost. All units entering here get 25 defense for the round. Or there are fewer aggressive enemies present at this entrance, but it requires something. I don't know if we have this. Hacking. Scanners. Entering through here marks your units. Ew, I don't want to be marked actually. Yeah, there's fewer aggressive enemies, that's fine. I'm just gonna stack everybody over here.
Follow me.
Up top. Up top. Okay, he's still surprised he's not going to get to shoot this turn. I don't know about the other guy up on the balcony. They're still... They seem to still be thinking... There we go. They were still thinking about what they wanted to do. Axiom gains rage by using Psych Up or by taking damage. Higher rage increases the chance of disabling enemies with Axiom's melee attacks, but also increases the chance of him going Berserk. Well, Berserk could be okay. I really just want to slam one of these guys successfully, you know? There we go. Build up that rage a little bit. Guy is a terrible shot, obviously. Alright, so who's going to go next? This guy is going to go next if we don't take him out.
Cover me.
If you must.
Actually, we can go ahead. Let's subdue.
Arrested the target.
It's a guaranteed hit. We're supposed to be trying to take them out non-lethally when we can. Oh boy. Oh shit, he's gonna slam us. Or maybe not. Alright, well... That guy is actually way the hell over there, unfortunately. We don't have a shot at him at all. I don't really even have a shot at this guy. I'm gonna do something like that. Well, at least we took care of that guy. I hope he shits himself seeing us running for him. Yeah, she takes some damage. Not too bad. It's not going to be the best shot in the world. And I wonder if we just Overwatch.
Knocking down hostiles.
Has my trust.
Yeah, that went well. Can we get another Overwatch off? Oh, is he down? Where's our other... Oh, there it is. Yes! Oh, Overwatch trap. Perfect. Good job, guys. Oh, they all reload at the end. Okay.
You're about to enter some offices. Now the owner must be holed up in there.
Alright, we're going for another breach. Explosive entrance. Seal the deal. So we can get through here because we brought this. So I think we're going to do that. Yeah, see, if we hadn't purchased that and equipped him, we would have been forced through here. Let's see. Non-aggressive enemies guarding the entrance are surprised. I like that. I like that we don't have a marker that we're likely to take damage. Does 3 damage during the breach. Who is for sure gonna hit? Godmother's been doing a lot of damage. Well, maybe we should move some people around. Something like that, so... He'll deal more damage if he hits than he normally would, and that might actually take somebody out. 91, 70, 55. You're gonna go with the 91. Good job. Let's focus on that guy, the Alkalite. And then if he hits this, he's gonna deal extra damage. He nailed it. Perfect. Yeah, that was the way to go, I think. For sure.
Here's the VIP. Try for capture.
Wait. Who's the VIP? This guy? Or, no, this guy. I don't know. Yeah, I guess it's marking him as the VIP. I guess we gotta get him to there, I guess. Usually those are reinforcement icons, so... Axiom, can you just go ahead and... Yeah. Nice, I love it.
To enlightenment.
Soulfire. Oh, holy shit. That was quite a bit of damage. Oh, he's raging up. So he's behind like some shitty cover there, but it's actually seeming to protect him quite a bit. Not enough though. That shotgun is just way powerful. Alright, I want to get a heal in on Axiom if we can. There's the VIP, he's running for it. Oh, we're gonna intercept you, man. Oh man, what I also love about this game is just the interior environments, getting to explore all these inside maps. Some of my favorite parts of XCOM games were checking out the details they put into the insides of the buildings. Even though most of the time you were just running around empty-ish outside areas or cityscapes shooting, I love being on the inside of these buildings. I think it's awesome. What do we need to do to get this guy? Just like subdue him?
On the way.
Go then.
Yeah, let's subdue.
Subdued the hostile.
Oh, that was it. He was making his getaway. We just had to stop him. Couple lightly wounded. But overall, not bad. Alright, so we got 35 credits, 20 intel from captured enemies. Let's see, from the archives. Oh, Bradford. Bradford, aliens in your agency? Jane, what are you thinking? What is our greatest existential threat? The Elders returning. If they do, who will need to fight them off? Everyone. I get it. I've seen the projections. But do you really think the Commander will go for this? I think the Commander has always seen the bigger picture. Transcript of the Reclamation Working Group meeting, 2037, August 25th. That's awesome to see characters that we know interacting with the characters in this world. It just makes it such a complete and realized universe. I love it. Alright, today's Friday, March 22nd, 2040, for perspective. It's been 3 years, basically, since then.
Went after expensive assets. What's behind their sudden need for funding? They have no love for hybrids, which presumes a motive to kill the mayor. As for means, psionics could give them the ultimate insider. A member of Mayor Nightingale's protective detail.
Alright, so as far as our active operations, we're still tracking this here. So what we did, Chimera Squad shut down a Progeny front company. Reviewing the impounded data gave Reclamation a better sense of the Progeny's scope and goals. Investigate hybrid abductions. Dozens of hybrids have recently disappeared throughout the city. We suspect Progeny involvement. Find out if they're behind this, and if so, how they're doing it. Alright, we gotta go to Spec Ops.
I'm authorizing Chimera Squad for special operations. Some ops provide useful resources for the squad. Keep an eye out for these opportunities.
Alright, so Spec Ops are solo agent duties that help Chimera Squad and City 31 overall. They can improve unrest, gain resources, or reward temporary advantages on missions. This is kind of like the Resistance Ring in XCOM 2, except you're only sending out one person at a time. We can go for credits, we can get intel, we can get Illyrium. Right away, I'm going to get some money. Convince well-to-do individuals, small business groups to provide stopgate funding in this time of crisis. And we're going to send... Ooh. Oh no, he doesn't... Does he not have a project? I'll say hi to my dog. He doesn't have a project, so let's begin. Oh no, he does. When is that going to finish exactly? Because we can't send anybody out... Is it done? I think it's done. But he's still staffed here, I guess. Yeah, there we go. We got him out of there. Let's start on modular weapons. Our stock of equipment from XCOM is serviceable, but for the threats we face, we'll need to make some modifications. We're going to get autoloaders, stock, expanded magazines available. And then let's go back, and we'll put Cherub on glad handling. And that way we don't have anybody sitting idle. Mission types. There are a variety of kinds of mission targets. Investigations. These appear in purple, whether a groundwork operation or takedown, and will advance the story. So purple are our main quests. Side quests appear in yellow. They are optional but provide valuable rewards. We're going to do all the side missions just to get combat experience, rewards, etc. They're not optional to me. Emergency. These appear in red, showing up in districts with unrest problems. And the blue is just situations that we don't have to fight over. I'm not 100%. It doesn't really cover them here.
Dozens of hybrids have recently disappeared throughout the city. We suspect progeny involvement. Find out if they're behind this, and if so, how they're doing it.
Alright, and so this, let's check here and see what we got. Alright, we've already started that. I don't know why it's pinging me to go back there, but it is. Yeah, so next time I think we're going to take a break here actually, and we will come back and we'll tackle one of these side missions here. You can see these little threat levels. This is unrest, so are similar to the countries in the original XCOM Unknown Enemy Within. We need to be working to keep these down and keep overall anarchy down through a variety of different means, not just fighting, but sometimes sending out people on missions. And we'll get to see a whole lot more of that. For now, let's go ahead, and is there anything we want to buy? I think having that breaching charge was just essential, and we should always have at least one. I'm going to continue to save our money for other things. You can see we're not exactly rich. And we get paid on every Friday of the week. So the way that we can track the day is actually tracked down here. We can end the day at any time without taking an action, but if we go to a mission, that is going to end the day. You don't really want to be ending your day all willy-nilly. So we will be doing a mission, but we are going to take a break here. Let me know what you guys think of the game in the comments below. If you're having your own playthroughs, I'd love to hear about some of the choices that you've made and things that have happened to your squad. No spoilers though. If you're new to the channel, I really like to get really into the story, read everything we can, and get totally immersed. And on that note, guys, so episode officially over. I am now going to read the character bios here for our folks back in the armory. So if you're not interested in the bios, we'll see you again next time for some gameplay and combat. If you are interested, stick around. And so Godmother, her origin is from France. Prior to the invasion, she's a national tactical police officer with a few years of experience. During the 2015 invasion, which would have been XCOM Enemy Unknown, went to ground after the fall of Paris, spent a fruitless year searching for her family, 23 years old. 2016 to 2034, the occupation. Provided operational training to the nascent European resistance groups, strongly advised against direct resistance, which she learned brought overwhelming reprisal raids. Connected with XCOM proper during its leaner years, remained as a friendly asset as the organization rebuilt itself. In 2032, she developed a formalized tactical training program to screen XCOM recruits. 2035, the War for Liberation. Field liaison to allied resistance groups supporting XCOM, 43 years old. Present. Modified the XCOM recruiting training program to suit the needs of the Reclamation Agency. Joined Chimera Squad provisionally to ensure field-ready status. So as you can tell, she's kind of like our leader, right? Has the most experience. She's here to keep an eye on us, make sure we're safe, doing a good job. Terminal, origin, China. Prior to the invasion, only child of a factory worker and a cook. 2015 invasion, parents died in the initial invasion. Her uncle fled with her to a relocation camp at 4 years old. Occupation. After her uncle died of disease, she was effectively adopted by a doctor who lost her only daughter to the invasion. Transferred with her adoptive mother to a small town in the outskirts. Began apprenticing in her adoptive mother's medical office. After a punitive Advent attack wiped out her town, a resistance group pulled her from the rubble and brought her to safety. She exhibited a severe shift in personality. 2035 War for Liberation, combat medic for her resistance group, exhibited absolute fearlessness and saved hundreds of lives at 24 years old. Present, initially rejected for the Reclamation Agency but requested regular psionic probes to prove she is still fit to serve. Signed to Chimera Squad after a probationary period. Cherub, he's from Estonia. Cherub belonged to the Empty Cohort, a batch of hybrid clones with full Advent training but no Advent indoctrination. Emerged from his clone creche, immediately befriended 2 XCOM soldiers when he was physically 18 years old but had just basically woken up to consciousness. Transferred to detention center. Exhaustive testing revealed no Advent sympathies despite being part of the Bellis-Mar clone line. Assuming the Bellis-Mar clone line is like their best clone line. Released from detention and recommended as a test case for XCOM utilizing skills of the Empty Cohort. Transferred to the Reclamation Agency after proving his capabilities. Requested placement in Chimera Squad at first opportunity. Reclamation HQ has observed his enthusiasm improves the morale of his squad on multiple occasions. He seems like a good guy. And then Verge, clearly a sectoid, right? Psionic support for an infiltration unit of Thin Men. That's what he did prior to the invasion. 2015 invasion, actively worked to subvert human governments, experimented with delicate, long-term mental control of human subjects at 15 years old. During the occupation, he was assigned to a long-term control of an influential human who could keep the populace docile with comprehensible, reassuring answers to their questions about aliens. Selected as a candidate for conversion into sectoid infused with human genetic material, post-conversion, exhibited signs of empathy towards human populace. Quietly began to tip off resistance groups. During the War for Liberation, he served as a mole, actively aiding resistance groups in XCOM at 35 years old. To present, spent time in a detention camp until XCOM realized his role in the war, agreed to Reclamation Agency transfer. Director Kelly approved his admission to Chimera Squad. And our buddy Axiom, who we chose, born and trained on an invasion transport ship. Actively participated in the invasion of Earth, part of the first wave into Paris, 21 years old. During the occupation, selected as a candidate for conversion into a mutant infused with human genetic material. After retraining, served at various Advent city centers as high-value target security. Transferred to City 31. Provided security at the Starport and Ascension Tower. During the War for Liberation, after Advent's surrender, he was instrumental in stopping a chrysalid outbreak in the Fringe, 41 years old. Present, detention abridged due to his role in ending the Bugtown massacre. Joined the Reclamation Agency at XCOM's request. His ability to lead by example is a boon to Chimera Squad. Alright, I love all these guys. I think they have amazing backstories. I'm interested to continue to see how they interact, and you can see that they all kind of have some flaws, right? Or they come from a history that is either troubled or uncertain how they'll move forward, kind of finding their own identity in this new world. I think that's an amazing story to try to tell. A group of people who have been through so much, who are so different, trying to find their place and do good. So I hope you guys are excited about this. I hope you're as into it as I am. Let me know what you think. Most of all, take care of yourselves out there, and I hope we see you again real soon. Bye now.